Welcome to the Groomer next door. You're listening to my mommy and daddy.
And now our feature presentation.
Hi everybody and welcome to episode 33 of the Groomer Next Door. I'm your co-host, Chris Green. Sitting next to me as always is the lovely, beautiful, the talented Sarah.
Hello.
And of course we have our little one over here, Claire.
The amazing Claire.
The amazing Claire.
Hi.
Do you want to say anything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm having a good day at mommy and daddy.
You're having a good day, huh?
Yeah. It's fun having mommy and daddy taking care of me.
I just wish we had been taking care of her all day.
And then daddy and mommy are hurting.
Yeah, we're a little sore. We'll explain that later.
And now I'm taking care of them.
Yeah, you are.
She has been a great little helper. So proud of you, honey.
Mommy, tummy feeling bad.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll explain.
Yeah, we'll explain a
Hey,
little
I'm
bit.
not done yet.
Oh, you're not done yet. I'm sorry.
And then I gave mommy a yellow bottle.
Oh, yeah?
And then the Powerpuff Girls are here.
Okay.
Wait,
Well,
we're not done yet.
I think we're good.
Not done yet. The Powerpuff Girls are disappeared, but they're still here.
As you can tell, it's summer around here, and Claire is going to have to be focused on her, I guess, make-believe life, make-believe friends.
So, as a kid, I was always into Powerpuff Girls. And I got Claire into Powerpuff Girls, and now she pretends like the Powerpuff Girls are here flying around.
And, of course, she got her interested in Pokemon, too.
Yes.
The one cartoon that ruined
Nope.
cartoons
Nope.
of all kind.
Nope.
But Pokemon
Nope.
are not here yet.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, we'll be seeing you later.
But we're watching them.
Okay, and we'll be seeing you later.
Love you, honey.
Thanks for stopping by.
Like, I'm gonna go hang out with Grandma.
Yeah, Grandma going is gonna look at her and go, okay. Okay, so obviously we're abusing our child by putting microphones near her, letting her talk into a microphone. That's not bad.
Just know, folks, when we do sit out here for our podcast, she's not just in the house by herself running amok.
That is true.
She does have supervision.
She has two people in there to supervise her, but and we're not counting the dogs. So
Right.
this is episode 33 of the Groomer Next Door, and
33 and a half.
Yeah, and it's 33 version 1.0. We experienced technical difficulties in 33, and unfortunately had to scrap the entire thing. We had no choice.
Oh, that made me so mad. It was such a good episode, too.
Oh, gosh. I don't even know where to start here. All right, well, besides just kicking and screaming. You know what? One day I'm going to teach podcasting in a little institute how to do so. There are so many things that can go wrong. Oh my gosh, so many things. All right, well, the topic is, I feel like I already talked about it. It's like deja vu for me. This comes from April Springer. She's a great listener, great person that is so knowledgeable with animals.
A great supporter of us.
Very, very big supporter of us. She actually gave the topic. She had brought it up in a discussion we had last week. And of course, we'll go into it. Now we're watching our clock and everything as well. All right, so
On top of it, it's raining.
it is raining. I'm hoping that'll pick up on recording. So it's not Sunday anymore. It's Monday, which typically we record always on Sunday. Not any longer. It will be recorded on Saturday from now on. Okay. So with that said, we will discuss what happened last week.
Yes.
What grinds our gears. I do
Yes.
want to kind of hit that, but a little different, of course. But I still want to hit on what grinds my gears and your gears, and we'll pretty much follow up. So we have some good sound audio bites that we'll play, kind of reference our story, and go from there. All right.
Yeah, because everything we talk about, we back up with facts.
Yeah, we like to make sure everything.
Unless it's our opinion, then
Yeah,
that can kind of sway either way. But for the most part, it's factual.
Yeah, it exactly is. We don't want anybody to feel like, when we give you a story, we're going to give you all sides of the story and try to give you full perspective. I also have partial news. We are still working on trying to boost our awareness out there. Hopefully, somewhere by next week, we'll be able to announce something. I hope.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right, so let's start with what grinds our gears. I'm going to make this very simple.
You want to start with that or how our week was?
Let's start with that. Let's just start with that because I want to make it very simple. I'm going to make this as simplistic as I can. So, as we've mentioned, as some people have actually heard, not everybody is always going to be happy with success. And this is pretty much that moment out to the only person that's going to do it. You can continue to spout off. You can continue to write hateful things, make up stories. We're never, ever going to leave our platform. We're not going to go down to this level.
No.
We've refused many, many times to resort into pettiness.
It's easier for someone to pull you down than it is to pull someone up.
Right, and this is that message out to everybody. You're going to have people out there that will be jealous of success, will be jealous of you in whatever reason. This is that message out. You can continue to post things online. You can continue to say negative things to people. But at the end of the day, we're never going
Just
to...
remember, the negative things that you post online can come and bite you in the bum.
And it can.
Proven to happen.
It has. The luxury here for anybody who has a radio show, a podcast, a YouTube channel, whatever it may be, you have the power of going either way. And I'm gonna quote Spider-Man here, and with all power comes great responsibility. Man, I probably blundered that one.
Yeah.
I lost my comic book card right now.
Yeah, I just pulled it.
With great power comes great responsibility. Blech.
You can use this for two different things. We can use this podcast as a negative to get back at those who have mocked us,
Yes.
who have lied,
Yes.
like full-on lies about things. But you know what? They just need to back off and leave us alone.
We're never going to resort into this pettiness. And, people will see it locally, we'll see what's being said. I think people look at us like, what are you going to do? Are you going to respond back? You know what's great? We have all of you listeners, and we have such a great listening base.
Yeah.
We're not going to bring you guys into this dirt. We're not even going to get into it. We're just going to say, look, you're wasting your time. We're not going to do it.
Exactly, and it's one particular place that is causing us, not even a grief. It's just annoying.
It's an annoyance. It's like a fly going around your ear.
I mean, you and I hate lying.
Oh my gosh.
Lying gets you into nothing but trouble. And whether or not this person's a pathological liar who believes in their own lies, I don't know. But lies are lies, and we cannot stand them.
I really can't. My grandmother taught me, liar makes a liar out of themselves. And that's what this is. I mean...
Let it just
yeah.
There's plenty of work in Rolla to just mind your own business.
Right. I mean, puppies are born all the time. I mean, we could go down to the animal shelter, which we will. But you can go down there, and there's how many dogs needing a home? They're going to need to be groomed. Cats as well. It's one of those things. It's that message out, look, we're not going to fight. We're not going to mention you. We're not going down to your level.
It's funny, actually, how many dogs there are and cats there are in Rolla. I know I am the only cat groomer in Roller. In Roller.
Why is there a limo passing by?
That was a nice one. I couldn't see it.
No. It's one of the late 90s. Late 90s.
And it's just, there's so many pets out there. There's only 3 shops that are inside Rolla. And there's from what I heard, the lady's real nice who does the mobile grooming. I've never met her myself, but from what I've heard from my customers and others, that she's really nice. Okay, great. You know, it all starts with being nice.
Well, yeah, it's that customer service, which we'll get into in a second.
And then a couple out in St. James and so forth. So there's so many animals here that we're so far booked up. You know, we're getting you into grooming. Craig's doing more. I got dogs coming out of my ears. And then the last shop that I worked at.
Well, they're way booked up.
Yeah, they're booked up 8 weeks, 9 weeks.
Yep.
The last time I heard, they're booked up into August, which is astonishing.
That is.
When I first got there, she was only booked up a month, and then I helped build her clientele.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the person who, no matter what, have respect for owners. And even though I helped build up her clientele, I had the respect to not go and call certain people. The only people that I let know that I was leaving were the ones that I knew for a fact she couldn't groom. And the ones that she said, if you ever leave, we can't groom them anymore. So I let them know. Very small list.
Right.
And then through the course of her being so booked up, they found me. And voila. Now I got shadow customers, some of my old customers, and new people coming in every day.
Right. Returning customers.
So it's one of those things. There's plenty of work, so why be nasty about it?
It's just, it's one of those things. It's what grinds our gears. Yeah. All right. With that said, moving on. So, discussed last week. I mean, let's try to minimize last week as much as we can, because it was a I think we spent a half hour on this yesterday trying to tell
Last week was painful. Poor Chris, has been working with a jacked up shoulder for, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks
No, tomorrow would be the day that it would happen. So almost a week ago tomorrow is when it happened. So
your shoulder's wrenched. We've had nothing but huge dogs or, voluptuous.
I like that word. Robust.
Robust. Husky. More to love dogs. And
which I wasn't too thrilled that I had such a big dog today to start the week.
Yeah, but she was worth it.
Oh my gosh, right?
Carly was totally worth it.
Oh gosh, I looked at it, I was like, oh no, and then as I started working, I'm like, I could do this.
Yeah, we could do this all day.
Yeah, I could make this work.
Carly's a golden doodle, by the way, who is just beautiful. If you go on Shadowwood's Facebook, you can see a picture.
On a side note, folks, if you want to play a fun game, Shadowwood, Sarah is the one half administrator.
Yeah.
Carla Husky and Sarah both administer this. For some reason, when you had Carly from the dog that you mentioned, and I was struggling right now to say Carla instead of Carly. So that's where I was really struggling here.
We're doing a fun game.
So yeah, there is a great game Sarah started last week. Go over to Shadowwood's Pet Resort LLC's Facebook page, like them. You'll see Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. We're gonna try to make on this schedule. We're playing a game called Guess That Breed, and it's a blurred photo of the dog, and you get a shot at guessing the breed. Now, of course, there's no real prize in it besides having fun.
It's just fun, kind of hone in on your breed senses.
Right. It is really a fun game.
Fun. I mean, they do it over at baseball games and stuff like that. Just something entertaining and cute. It's not just, hey, look at us, we're this, we're that, we're great, yay. It's, hey, let's have some fun, let's get some people interacting.
Try to have an interactive web, Facebook page.
I think we had 6 posts on the last one.
And speaking of which, before we go any further, I got to give a big thank you to Squarespace.com. I didn't mention that at this one. We had we had a great episode lined up yesterday, completely messed up. All right, but I have to mention Squarespace.com. They've been so supportive of us. They're the website. They're the actual place that we actually host our website. If you haven't been to our website, definitely check it out. It's www.thegroomernextdoor.squarespace.com. They have been,
dot,
it has
dot,
been.
dot.
They've been awesome for us. If you haven't heard, which we'll mention it, there's 2 videos now on there. First video is been put together. I put that one together. That kind of summarizes somewhat of what we've done so far in kind of a trailer fashion. And then there's another video which we'll talk about in a second. But definitely give it a shot. If you're thinking about actually starting a website for personal use, small business, or whatever, go over to squarespace.com. Try it for 14 days for free. You will be amazed on how great it is. I was amazed. Give us a look, see how we did ours. It took us really no time whatsoever. We're always mentioning it. They're the greatest. So squarespace.com. Thanks guys, if you guys want to look. Now, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sarah.
Huh?
Okay, let me just explain to you. Sarah's looking up, watching the sky as it's raining.
It's pouring down on me.
You need to move in. You've got a microphone.
The microphone's gonna be fine. As long as the computer's taken care of, we're good.
Yeah.
So,
You have your iPad out here.
oh, you can move my iPad near yours.
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
why I brought it. Anywho,
Talking about our
horses,
boo-boos.
all messed up, trying to get all this done. We had 3 German Shepherds in one day.
That
just
was what
for
killed me.
us, on top of 2 other haircuts in the morning. I've said this before, but we're suckers for our clients. So if they call in and they say, "Pretty, please," we'll take their dog in. It's kind of sad, really, but so Chris has been definitely struggling with that.
I have been down since last Tuesday. I mean, I finished Tuesday fine, but yeah. Now, you unfortunately had the worst of Fridays. We had to take you to the ER.
Yeah, that was fun being rushed to the ER.
Well, okay, we didn't have to put you in an ambulance. So
No.
rushing is a little bit
You
more.
had to rush me.
I had to
the-
drive you at a
Yes.
faster pace.
Exactly. Still obeying by the law, just maybe pushing it just a teeny bit. But yeah, I went to work and I wasn't feeling the hottest. I had some pain in the lower area, but thought nothing of it. Female pain, right? Well, as I'm starting to groom Allie's soon-to-be mother-in-law's dog. I've been grooming her dog for a long time too, but this pain in my back started up, and the pain would not stop, no matter if I stood, if I sat down, if I stretched out, nothing I could do could relieve my pain, and the pain was in my lower right back. It felt like something was going to explode, and it was to the point I just couldn't handle it. And I can handle pain. I worked up until a week before my daughter was born, so I was.
I think I saw a hand at some point. I'm almost sure. I mean, I could swear there was clippers in your hands, and there was a hand going, "Hi, mommy."
It was either use my maternity leave for being still pregnant, or using it for being with my daughter. So I used it for being with my daughter. But yes, I worked up to a week, and that was painful. But I still got it done. And I couldn't do it, so Chris took me to the ER. They ran some tests. They said that I have a severe kidney infection and a really bad UTI. They asked me what have I been drinking lately. I said, tea, but no water. Well, tea's 99% water. Hello. And then she asked, do I drink my tea strong? Yeah, my tea is almost black when I drink it.
And it's just amazing because she's one of your customers.
Yeah, yes, Pat, my nurse, she brings her dog into me. She's been bringing her dog to Shadowwood for a while, but she said, someone can finally groom her dog and make it look like a Bichon, like it's supposed to. And she's going on and on bragging about how she loves bringing her dog into me, and how when Claire got the stitches in her chin,
Yep.
that Claire just was, absolute macho.
She was a trooper.
A trooper. There you go.
Even I had
And
to
I'm
think.
just sitting there. I hurt so bad. I hurt so
I can't
bad.
take compliments. Oh, give me some more. Give me some more. Oh, it hurts. Give me some more compliments, please.
So
Would you like some drugs? Just more compliments, please.
So the lady that she was training, she goes, "Oh, so you're a groomer?" I'm like, "Uh-huh."
I don't know how she couldn't tell. We were both wearing smocks.
No, at this point, I was in that stupid gown.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that gown. Anywho, so
Well, that was the great part. That was a great day.
well,
I love
luckily
the
they
doctor,
gave me-
though. I love the doctor.
He goes, "Oh yeah, you got a kidney infection. Yeah, and you got UTI. So we'll give you a antibiotics now. Give you something for the pain." I said, "Well, can I return to work?" He goes, "No, I think you earned the day off." I looked at him like, obviously you don't know too many dog groomers. There's no such thing as a day off. I got bit at work and I went back to work.
That is true.
So, sure enough, I got what I needed, made sure that I was coherent and I could move and not fall over, and did all sorts of kinds of tests to make sure I was doing okay.
Well, what was great is I was able to go back, finish up a dog. You were able to kind of get yourself
Our
situated.
customers were so lovely.
Man, that was...
So
And you know, it was
understanding.
not even just the fact that they were understanding. I think they were more surprised that you would actually come back and do
Yes.
their dog.
A few of them said if it was me, we wouldn't have done it. They would have just gone home and told the boss, "Hey, I'm sorry."
Sorry, I'm off.
But
And we didn't leave until 6. I mean, just think, if
I
we
think
would have,
the ol-
if we would have actually gone home, we would have been home at like 2 o'clock.
yeah, 2 o'clock or so. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, about 2. We were there from 10 to 2,
Yep.
which is the quickest ER visit I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
But when you're sitting there screaming in pain, they kind of have to take you.
It does.
So, only one person picked up their pet, and they're coming in Wednesday. They only picked it up because it was a young puppy. And I told Craig, hey, just let them know if they pick up their pup, it's probably the best since it's so young. I would hate for him to stay all day. But let them know we'll give their dog potty breaks and water if they want to leave their dogs with us and wait till I got back.
It was entertaining, to say
Yeah.
the least. I mean, Sarah looks over to me after they gave her some pain medicine. She looks over, knowing I'd been in severe pain
Oh, God.
for, at this point now, 3 days. She looks at me and she goes, "Oh, honey, the pain, it's gone. You wouldn't understand how happy I feel." Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was insensitive. Yeah, that was.
Well, such a massive pain, all of a sudden gone. I mean, it was just
I
gone.
I'm sitting here right now in pain.
Yeah.
All right, so let's.
So am I. I'm not feeling 100% yet.
So
But thank you for all the good wishes that
Oh, yeah.
you all sent us. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
yeah,
it means a lot.
we did get a lot.
Yes.
We did get a lot. That was awesome. All right, so moving on to the main topic. This topic was brought to my attention by April Springer. Now, April Springer does a Facebook page called Lego. Lego is her dog. Go onto Facebook, look it up. She's an amazing voice for dogs out there. She volunteers at the Rolla Animal Shelter. She's just an amazing individual. I do hope that we actually will have her at Strut Your Mutt this year for dog carding.
It would be nice to finally meet her.
Well, I'm hoping this week we will. Now this week, I've already talked to John Redshaw with the Rolla Animal Shelter. We will be doing an extra episode this week. Feels like I'll be doing 3 episodes, even though
Yeah.
people are only getting 2. But I'm trying to figure out what that sound is. Is that
It's
a?
that black bird right
Oh,
there.
it's a bird. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was a frog. We'll be doing a very unique two version episode of the Groomer Next Door this week. Most likely will be Thursday, but I'm going to try to push it on Wednesday. I don't know how I'm going to pull this off, but
Isn't that with your 3 extra pugs?
Yeah. Well, it's either that or tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm kind of stuck here.
I can't remember. We'll find out.
So, but what we're going to be doing is it will be me. I will be taking off to the Rolla Animal Shelter, and I will be miking John Redshaw. He will be talking about the dogs that are currently at the Rolla Animal Shelter waiting for adoption. And then I'm going to also follow it up with a video as well, where I'm going to shoot the video. I might try to do a little bit of, cuteness to it, but put an actual YouTube video, and it will go up on our website as well. Pretty much doing a walkthrough, so to speak. So be prepared for that. That'll be coming up this week. Looking forward to doing it. Looking forward to sharing this
John's
with everybody.
Looking forward to doing it too.
He is really looking forward to it.
Any exposure that any shelter can get is great.
Well, if we can get some dogs adopted, that is just the whole part of it all. Let's try to get these dogs adopted.
Plant the seed.
Plant the seed, exactly. The one way to get your kill rate down, because unfortunately every month Rolla Animal Shelter will have at least one. Majority of the time they do have it, it's a sick dog.
Yeah, there's dogs that come in that are completely emaciated, and the organs have already shut down before they even got to the
Which,
shelter.
unfortunately, we saw that was their only dog that was euthanized for that month, but it goes as a negative. We want to make sure if we can get these dogs adopted, if any dog does have to be put down because of health, it's because of health. So
yes, and they have an actual accredited veterinarian look at the dog, do everything possible.
full assessment, yeah.
They'll do the IVs, they'll do everything they can, and then their adopting fee is so low, but
Yeah.
yet they spend so much money on these sick dogs.
They almost don't break even. So, anything that we can do, obviously we're very big supporters of helping the community out. We help outside organizations as well, but, because we're here, we're so available to accessibility, we can just be right there in a few minutes. It helps. That doesn't mean that we don't want to help other organizations, because obviously we will have Springfield Cardinals will be out there in 3 weeks just talking with the Springfield Humane Society. So that's an upcoming event. All right, so on to April. She brought up a really good topic, and it was training in the workplace for any kind of personnel that needs to actually enter the premises. Property line, meaning driveway, porch, etc., to actually make a delivery. Whether it's your mail, your specialized mail through FedEx, UPS, any kind of carrier, and then of course the United Parcel Services, regular mailman. So the question is, how much training really goes into it, if any? Now, Sarah's worked in corporation. I've worked in corporation before. We both kind of have an idea what it's like to deal in customer service. And that's the kind of the fun part. If we really would merge it, I would probably merge my Disney to your prior, and they both had that very high scale customer service. That's what we want out of you first, and then afterwards we'll give you the trickle down. What drives me nuts, and I think it drives April nuts as well, where is training for any kind of dogs? If you're a male personnel, if you're a mailman or mail lady, or if you work for FedEx, UPS, DHL is another one, you probably don't get any training whatsoever. Now, I was curious, so I did some looking into it. I didn't see anything, but that was just my take on it.
Well, why don't we play the clip right now?
Now, that was my question I want to have to you. Now, of course, we're having a back and forth question here. What makes it a good radio show? What do you want? Do you want the UPS training one, or do you want the actual incident?
I really like just the incident.
Okay,
so.
We're going to play an incident for you that occurred, and then we'll discuss.
UPS has apologized after one of its drivers allegedly attacked 2 dogs in Lakeway. The dog owners weren't home and got an alarming call from a neighbor. They were told a UPS delivery driver cut their dogs' faces with a box cutter.
Come on. Come on. Say it.
Laura Crowell was at the lake Friday evening with her husband and son. The dogs stayed home.
My neighbor called and said, you need to get home immediately.
Her husband left first. She arrived shortly after.
All I saw was blood, and all I saw was him. My husband had taken him to Westgate Vet. It's the only place open.
She showed us where blood was spattered down the driveway and in the dirt. The neighbor told the Crowells a UPS driver said he was delivering a package to their door and had cut 2 dogs.
But he required over 50 stitches in his face and in his mouth, and our Great Dane required 3 staples. But he got our Great Dane right under the eye, barely missing his left eye.
Crowell called the Travis County Sheriff's Office and they sent a deputy out.
So I just think it was extremely excessive force, and it's not okay.
UPS told us in a statement, "We do not condone the carrying of knives or any other defensive device. We will speak with our driver and the customer and take appropriate action once all the facts are known." Crowell says the dogs have not been aggressive before and wonders how the situation got out of control.
This heinous act will not leave my mind.
UPS also told us that drivers are trained in handling these types of situations. Officials with the Travis County Sheriff's Office say they've assigned a detective to the case. This follows another recent high-profile case with a dog. Last month, Round Rock police shot and killed a Rottweiler in its own home as they were checking on a security alarm that had gone off. The dog was shot multiple times after authorities say the dog jumped towards them and was aggressive. The homeowners have questioned that claim.
Well, I guess there's many opinions I have to this, of course. One thing I do want to say that was not said in this interview, there was multiple interviews that she did. The interview I listened to first did not record. This one did. She had mentioned in the prior interview that she actually receives packages all the time. She receives these packages quite often. She has a pretty long driveway. I mean, it is not just a simple driveway that one car would fit and there's no room. This is a driveway that you drive up quite a distance. So she said, we receive packages all the time. We've told UPS before that you drop them off at the front of the property, you know, right at the beginning of the driveway, and that's fine. So she had an arrangement with UPS, which I know she doesn't mention in this article, in this soundbite, but it actually was there. Now, I guess my problem is in 2 areas. Now, we of course discussed this before. I have a problem with the fact that UPS was so whatever about the situation. I thought that they could have handled it so much better. On the second part, and this is the big part, honestly, this guy was looking to get aggressions out. You know, you have a good point, and I'll let you hit your point, but to take those kind of swipes, I just don't see the point. You know, he had enough time to pull that box cutter out. I think he had enough time to actually return to the vehicle before anything else. But give me your opinion.
Well, my opinion on it is, yeah, UPS could have handled it a whole lot better. But my biggest thing is with the person. If you got close enough to take a box cutter, which is not very big, and get it close enough to where you can slice them, then you're too close. In general, they could have bit you. If you're so worried about your safety,
Right.
your hand just got too close. So you can't give me this rip about how you're just protecting yourself against 2 dogs. I'm sorry, well, when you slit underneath the eye of a Great Dane, who is extreme, you know, Danes are tall.
Oh, yeah.
So you had to be up close and personal to slice and almost cut open the eyeball. You know, 3 staples it took to fix that dog. And then 50 stitches for the other one.
Yeah, there was a mass trauma.
In order to do that much damage, those dogs had to have been pretty darn close. And in where the dogs were cut, tells me that it wasn't an aggression, that he just didn't want the dogs around him.
It seems that way. It
Because
does seem that way.
when a dog's trying to bite at you and you have a sharp object and you go to slice, it's mainly you're slicing their mouth, their tongue, their gum line.
Yeah, their gum line as well. I'm thinking lips.
Maybe their throat area.
Yeah.
But to get it underneath the eyeball, come on, folks. This is retarded.
Yeah, there's definitely some questions on.
I would like to meet this guy in a back alley.
We do not promote violence, folks. The thing is, the situation is handled incorrectly. First of all, obviously there's no training to detect when you see an animal of aggression, or just in general a dog. If a dog is barking at you, there are many different vocals that he's giving. You know, there's a dog just saying, "This is my yard, be warned." There's the dog saying, "If you get anywhere near this house, you will face the wrath of my mouth." And then there's the dog that's going, "Hi, I want to be your friend. How do you smell? What did you have for lunch today? Hi. Well, which
Let
one?
the dog come up.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going with. Yeah, thank you for picking out the actual character I was pulling. But you know, you got to ask these questions. What training did he have? So then I was like, okay, I'm going to start looking into their training. And you know, obviously corporations are great about one thing. They do put all their stuff out there available to the public. The problem with that is when you're looking for information, well, it's kind of there. So I'm going to play you a sound clip, and then I'm going to reference backwards.
It's not an easy gig. UPS drivers don't just worry about looking good in uniform. They've got to deliver packages using 340 intricate methods. But younger drivers couldn't seem to pick up the tricks of the trade.
We were actually having a much higher than normal failure rate in the last few years.
20-something trainees of technology-loving Generation Y complained they needed more than traditional classroom training. So this would turn out to be a huge challenge for UPS. The big brown company had spent years developing a science of how to do every little part of this job. And now they'd have to rethink everything to get this younger generation behind the wheel. Their solution? Intergrad, the company's $34 million driver training facility designed by engineers at Virginia Tech and MIT. Here, lectures are replaced with hands-on learning stations.
So we're at a stop.
Like this one, where on a real package car,
Use my left hand.
they're clocked doing the 12 steps involved in selecting a package.
Gives you 3 points.
And a driver has to do it in 15.5 seconds.
32.66 seconds.
Tougher than it looks.
So I'd be twice as slow as the average UPS driver. Yes.
How long would I keep my job at that rate?
I would ride with you and bring you up to speed.
It's really a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you have to do.
It's a lot of physical work, and I think that's where a lot of people have false information. That's when they quit, because they're like, I don't want to do this physical work, you know, it's too much.
So now trainees experience the demands of the job the first day.
These packages, you can actually slide those packages, so you don't have to lift them.
And cameras record everything, so you learn from your mistakes.
I have this anticipation of extreme embarrassment.
There's the slip and fall station where you see the dangers of moving too fast on slippery surfaces.
Okay, all right. That's all right. You know, I was an athlete, Mac.
Computer models help you learn to pick out hazards on the road. There's also a course that puts your driving skills to the test. So, is the technology working? The company says initial results show trainee performance is up, and younger drivers seem to like it too.
I can read a passage in a book 20 times and it doesn't click. But if you give me the tool, in 5 minutes I'll have it figured out.
Well, that makes one of us at least.
Would you give me a job? With some training, yes. I'm not ready to go right now. Not right now. Not right now.
So, I love the opening part. UPS personnel aren't only looking out how they look in uniform. Oh boy, that was the worst, cheesiest intro I think I've ever heard. I mean, come on. You get paid a lot of money to do reports. But my point of the matter was, it shows that UPS, and I'm not picking on just UPS. I'm putting this out there for everybody. UPS just seems to be the one as our example to the situation.
Yeah, because it happens to. I've heard stories like this from different, carriers.
Yeah.
One story I heard was when the dogs were maced in the face.
Yes.
And, if it's going to come between you and getting attacked.
There's one thing.
It's one thing, but there is something called citronella spray. The citronella spray, they use it at big box pet stores in case two dogs get in a fight. Since you're able to bring your pet into the store, they need to have a dog fighting kit.
Mm-hmm.
The dogs go into a fight. You have the less abrasive, which is a loud form that is supposed to startle them to back off in enough time to get them separated and run. Okay. You got the squirt bottle to make sure it's kind of like a squirt gun.
Yeah.
To get them to separate. And then at the absolute worst case, there's just no way of stopping this fight. There is a citronella spray. And that's the last line of getting the dogs to stop. It's not anywhere near as powerful as pepper spray or mace. But it will stop the dogs from killing each other or hurting people around them. So I known some mail carriers to carry citronella spray, just in case you get protected.
But I would like, now this is where I pose the question to everybody who's listening. If you or a family member are a member of UPS, FedEx, DHL, USPS, whatever it is, and you make deliveries, or even if you deliver pizza, this applies to you as well. I like to know if there's any training at all, because I have a feeling, and it's not, obviously it was posed in discussion. I want to know if there is, because I don't think there really is. When I went on UPS's training website to see what they actually show as their quote-unquote training, one thing that they said was their drivers are trained in hazardous material. Okay, I can understand that. Now, one thing I understand is hazardous material. I had to learn a great deal about it from my prior job, whether it was last year or the year or all 3 years in private security.
Actually, where I started working, we had to learn that too.
Yeah.
Because if you're walking around the store and you have to clean up blood.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's human blood.
Yeah.
You don't know if that human's blood is contaminated.
That is true.
You don't know if a dog was in heat. And you don't know if a dog was sick. And that's a sick blood from the dog.
Right.
So you have to approach it in certain ways, and you have to make sure you take care of it properly. So
I never even thought about it. You would have to learn
all
that.
about it.
Another thing of training that they like to focus on, and big surprise, and that's going to be customer service. Now, I'm sorry, but I think if you're a driver, that shouldn't be your number one concern. I think down the line, maybe the last thing you need to learn is customer service, but really, what do you need to learn? Knock, knock, knock. Hello, UPS. I got a package. Can you please sign for it? As long as you use the word please, how can you be finding that to be anything all you need to know? That's it.
Unless there's other aspects of their job that we don't know about.
Exactly, but I'm just saying, let's cut the crap when it comes to the customer service. Somebody else has done the customer service. He or she is delivering the package. I don't think that we really need to worry too much about customer service. I mean, here's the thing, folks. You've all been to a grocery store, a department store within the last couple days. I'm pretty sure at least one of you has actually faced a person who works solely in customer service who has no customer service skill whatsoever. And yet that's their main job. And yeah. Okay, the next, of course, we have to focus on is sexual harassment. Let's just CYA as a corporation. We're going to tell you not to fraternize. I don't care if you're single. I don't care if you haven't been with a man or woman in 100 years. Don't touch each other. Let's talk about that for the next 24 hours. Ridiculous.
When they hold workshops.
Yes.
Against sexual harassment.
Yeah, and I think it's like every quarter or twice a year.
It's pretty bad.
It's ridiculous. Now, then you go, and I can understand this one. in a sense, a health and safety 101 workshop. Now, when you say workshop, that's probably 3 months, every 3 months, every 6 months, something like that. Now, I can understand the health and safety. I can get that. I can get behind that to that one. UPS package car drivers receive 20 hours of computer-based education. Well, I think if you have a driver's license, you should know how to do it, but it's good that they're actually putting the education into it.
Well, it's the education to,
Handle the vehicle safely.
Well, does it say vehicle, or does it say 20 hours of
It says
demonstration?
computer-based training.
Okay, that will include how to deal with the packages, what to do if someone's not home. That's pretty much everything. Same thing with the health.
Yeah, I mean, still, it seems like a lot of this stuff is happening to that. It's kind of, I don't know, I'm having a little issue with it. I watched the video. You can find it on YouTube. They have an area where they attach the person and they have to walk on a slippery surface. Okay, I can understand that. I'll get behind that. I don't want anybody getting hurt. And then it says there are 26 formal UPS safety training courses taught. And I guess they teach them in about 140 some, I think it said 46 or 48 facilities worldwide. Okay. Yet I don't, and I Googled dog training, aggressive dog training for UPS, FedEx, all this stuff. Didn't really see anything. I didn't see anything. But I'm not saying it's not there, but I think it should be a mandatory.
Well, if it is there, because you don't know, those are pretty broad spectrums. Of
Exactly.
rules. So if the dog, protecting yourself against the dogs, is probably part of it. Just that it's not a huge.
But see, that's my big complaint here. That should be the top priority. You want to make sure your driver or your carrier is safe.
They probably cover it in that 20-some hour bit.
I have a feeling they don't. And it's just part of these things. I would think that instead of worrying about making sure people know that we teach quality customer service, yeah, that's great. But I want to know that you're teaching about proper dog 101.
See, any common sense, any person with normal common sense would have seen the dogs and said, you know what? I do not feel like it's safe to deliver this package. I will leave a note and continue on. I've known people who have had aggressive dogs and their mail carrier, because in California, you don't see mailboxes.
No, you don't.
The mail people walk and they deliver your mail to the front of the house.
Usually it's a little slip in the door that opens up.
Or a little tiny box.
On your door, right next to your door.
Yeah, right next to the door.
That is true. Boy, I forgot about that. It's been so long.
So, I've known someone who said, I will not deliver mail to your house. You would have to go to the post office to pick up your mail.
All right, go on.
I don't know where I was. Anyhow, I've known this person.
Yeah, you were going fine. I just had a technical difficulty.
That told the people, look, we will not be delivering your mail as long as you have your dog there. You must pick up your mail at the mailbox between these hours. Well, that's what you get if people think your dog is aggressive. Roxy barks. She's an alarm. She lets us know if somebody is near us, somebody makes a sound, she lets us know. Katana, she'll protect us and not back down.
Each breed, it's in a breed specific way.
It can be. But for the most part...
Look at the Chihuahua.
I know, right? But for the most part, it's two different problems here. It's one, the owner needs to make sure that there is a beware dog sign. Especially if the dog is known to jump or cause any kind of issues, right? Two, the guy should have had more common sense to even enter that property. Even though there was notes saying, look, leave package at the end of driveway.
Yeah.
Right there, he went out of his way to deliver the package to the door and slice a couple dogs on the way.
But here's where it comes down to. Not everybody has common sense in any job place.
Well, yeah, where I worked at the big pet box store, we went through a ton of dog safety, hours and hours of dog safety, because we dealt with dogs. They actually made that more of a priority before customer service, because you can't do customer service properly if you cannot handle dogs being near you.
Or you couldn't stand the sound of dogs barking, but you work in an environment where dogs bark.
The real quick story. So we hired this new bather this one time at this my grooming salon. She was doing her book work. It was her second day in book work. The break room was being used for a manager's meeting, so she had to do her book work in the salon. Well, Jeff...
I think you told this story on a prior episode.
I don't know, but Jeff, he was doing an aggressive chow, and he was the only person in all of California that can do this chow. So the chow is snarling, growling, rah, 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 rah. I mean, it was
I know
mean.
for a fact they have heard it because I remember you doing the sound effect.
Anywho, the girl said, "Can I go to lunch, please?" And okay, go ahead. She never returned. She could not handle the dogs and what could possibly happen. So then there's this other bather. Went through the exact same training as I did at the beginning, because I started out as a bather. I wasn't always a groomer. And she went through the same training. But it seemed like once she got there to wash the dog, all her training went out the window. Needless to say, she was let go very shortly later. But she was doing so many things wrong. She wasn't putting the dog at risk. She was putting herself at risk. So we had to let her go for causing harm to herself. Normally, people are let go because they're not doing something proper with the dogs, and they're fired immediately because they don't tolerate that crud where we worked.
But that goes with all. I mean, I've got millions of those stories.
This guy should have had common sense not to do it. So, UPS can train these people till they're blue in the face on dog.
But I think it would be a great thing. I mean, personally...
There's a spider. It's okay. It's going up.
Oh, okay. I think I see it. Oh, there it is.
Huh?
I would think that it would be advantageous to any company like FedEx, DHL, UPS, USPS to say, we have a dog training program. Now, it's not we train dogs, it's we train our people to know what to look for. Personally, I would feel a little bit more at ease, even though our dogs, they don't get out. If they go outside, they go outside with us. Yes, our dogs they're trained to go off leash.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they can go off leash, but when you say house, they're coming right back. They're not going to leave the perimeter of the yard.
What's funny, there's only like 4 people that can say house that they'll listen to.
Actually, really, I can only think of you and I.
Well, they listen to my mom and then Dave and...
But really...
They listen to Claire.
They listen to Claire.
Well,
I mean, okay,
Claire's
3.
house.
I'll give you 3 out of that.
Yeah.
They will listen to Claire, which is
They won't
comical.
listen to Elizabeth.
No. But it is funny, people, I had somebody come over to the house on Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Saturday. And I had all 3 dogs out. And this lady, I see her all the time. She walks the Acorn Trail. She has Chihuahuas, and she's like, "Oh, you have a Chihuahua. Is he friendly?" And I go, "It's a she." And yes, she's friendly. And she comes, and Belle walks over to her, and she's just so amazed by this dog. She goes, "Well, aren't you afraid that she'll run off?" And all I did was say, "House." And all 3 dogs got in line and walked right towards the door. It's not, we're very fortunate. I'm not going to say we're not, but dogs are trainable. They're only going to, if you train them right, and I'm pretty sure Jesse Queen will agree with this one. If you train a dog right, of course you got to train the human first. But if you train the dog right, they're going to listen to you. They're just like a child, plain and simple. You have a smile on your face. Somebody said something funny.
No, I was looking at Shadow at Facebook and that Guess the Breed.
Yeah. You put that one up?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had 2 comments already, and both of them say they're poodles. It's a poodle in the picture. So, we'll see.
I wanted you to put the golden doodle. But you didn't. But you didn't.
So pretty. She was so pretty.
I like the dog. I like the dog you chose. I do like the
And then
dog.
what's funny in the background of that picture is a picture that Claire drew and blue highlighter for me. So that's up on our wall. So you'll see that picture in like a lot of our pictures.
That's funny. So, to pretty much summarize it, I'm not beating down UPS or anybody in general. I'm just saying, here's a call out. This needs to be right there. If I can understand you want to make customer service your big training book. I can understand you want to CYA and you want to do sexual harassment because the lawyers say you have to. But right after that, you need to, bless you. She's going to. You're going. There it is.
Excuse me.
Boy, that made the biggest bump on the actual
So
screen
sorry,
right here.
I held the microphone away.
It's funny because if all of you, I'm pretty sure everybody listens to other podcasts, you're always going to hear people talk about, the setup on the computer. You have a setup in front of you that looks studio grade. I mean, there's nothing better to say. It literally is a studio that you have up in front. You have all these mics going. You have everything going. You see every vocal going through. Man, that one just launched through.
I'm sorry.
It's not you. And the best part is the microphone was so far away. That was awesome. Probably picked up on mine. But yeah, I would just like to see a company come out and say, we are doing something to make sure pets are safe. Here's the wake-up call. So I think I can pretty much put a pin in it.
Yeah.
But that's the topic of the week.
So, folks, if you're worried about this happening to you, take your necessary precautions. Know when the package is going to arrive to your home.
Yeah, there is no excuse.
No. Remember, keep in mind when your packages are supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And post, beware dog. It's basically covering yourself because if something, God forbid, happens and insurances are brought in, you can say you covered your bases. It was neglect on someone else.
Right. And we all know there's plenty of free apps out there that you can track your package on your smartphone, on your iPad, on your computer. There's always a way. I mean, I love buying online. I mean, I had to let Sarah have my credit card because Amazon could be my worst nightmare.
Oh, good.
Honey, I'm buying because of the show, okay?
Yeah, I've heard that one a few times.
Yeah. Well, I did. I bought some equipment for the show. I can actually say that. But there's definitely ways that you can find out. If you do have dogs that are in your yard and you have invisible fence or you have fences up, for that time, try to move them to the backyard or in the house if possible. Just, it's one of those things. We're okay.
I just didn't know how much.
It's still okay.
Okay, because I had Did I talk about Katie in that one episode that we had?
You did, and then we're gonna put a pin. We're done with this topic. Just CYA for yourself as well and your loved ones. Go ahead.
Okay.
Tell us about Katie.
Well,
Katie, my lady.
Katie and Cosmo. I just found out about Cosmo today, but Katie was a little schnauzer that has been groomed every 5 weeks since she was born. But Katie has a big separation anxiety. Oh, hi Katana. Hi Prudy. Her dog said hello. Someone must have let him out.
Well, if there's one, there's the other one.
Hi Roxy.
Now where's the bell?
Little one's car.
Ah.
So,
ooh, special appearance.
I know. Hi Mom. So, as my mom's walking Roxy and Katana's just running loose, Katie has a mom who is very nervous about leaving her at the grooming salon and was there to tell Keith that she was no longer bringing Katie there. Well, this is just when I first started grooming there, and Keith asked, can you give us one more try? Sarah has been known to help, nervous dogs start relaxing at the grooming salon and actually like coming. So we did a few different tricks. I met her out where it was more neutral territory, sat down on the grass, held her leash, let her come up and sniff me without me paying attention to her. Talking to her mom, and it was a beautiful sunny day. Then I got up and I walked with Katie. I walked her in and out, in and out, in and out. And then Katie went home. Katie didn't get groomed that day. So she realizes that, this is a good place to be. This isn't scary. I've been grooming her since August. I think it might have been September. Well, finally, after all this time, she's actually now playing with us on the table. She loves you.
She's a cute dog. She's a great dog.
Which was amazing because her mom said she was very nervous around men.
Yeah.
But now she actually plays on our table. So we had a success. It was amazing. Seeing her finally being able to play. She comes up and she jumps up on our legs, saying, hey, hey, hey. She doesn't try to pull away from us when her mom leaves. She's like, okay, let's get this done.
Let's go have some fun.
It was amazing. I am almost to the point of speechless on how great it feels knowing that I helped this nervous dog that was scared to get groomed to now liking to come. She loves to leave better, more. She wants to go home. But for the most part, man, she is just ready to get here. Trip me up here. Now she's just absolutely...
Hold on 1 second.
Katie's fun time and just a success story in general and heartwarming and such. Bel Grande.
Come on, Belle. You want to come up? All right, there you go. She's like, I want to be part of the show too. Okay.
And then the other one that that was another success story that I've been helping work with is Cosmo. Cosmo,
I didn't even know there was a problem.
Yeah, I guess there was.
I was surprised I saw Cosmo today, and I was just like, oh, hi, buddy. I mean, went up to the little kennel thing and started licking my finger. I'm like, oh, why do I feel like this is so great? Pulled him out of the kennel. He was so happy and joyful. Great in the bath. I mean, you talk about the perfect dog. Great in the bath, great at the dry. I didn't even know there was a problem.
Well, he was very fidgety the first time I groomed him, and the first couple times I groomed him. But on the notes, it says, will never stand. A couple other mean things.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's what it says on the card. And
okay, but I don't look at the card. I look at what they're asking for at the one point that I need to know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the one that looks at their customer card and such. But there was notes like, will not stand, screams for everything, bad for this, bad for that, attitude, bad attitude, stuff like that. Well, the owner told me when she picked up Cosmo that his attitude has changed at home too.
Huh.
For the better.
We know how that works out. Behavior.
Yeah, he said when he got home from grooming before, he would be aggravated. And everybody knew to leave Cosmo alone for a while until he readjusts to being home.
Ooh.
And he even bit at his dad once.
Well, we could explain what this is, but we're just going to leave that one alone.
Yeah. She said, she's told us, thank you very much for all you've done for Cosmo. Because now Cosmo comes home and not have a problem.
You're a great dog.
You can play with him. He's perfectly fine. But before, some reason, something happened before when he used to get groomed that you had to leave him alone.
Wow. Yeah, no, he's a great dog. He does everything you ask him to do. really well temperament dog. So it's really hard to believe.
And it was just amazing to see that and amazing to hear it. It was pretty cool. I had to definitely share those stories that, normally this happens to puppies. You get a puppy that's vicious. It goes either way, folks. You either get a puppy that just doesn't care or lets you do anything, and then you get puppies who will fight you and fight you and fight you. But you can't give in. You can't let them win. So as nicely as you possibly can do it and as fun as you can possibly make it, you get them into a groove to where, hey, it's not too big of a deal.
Sorry, trying a new idea.
It's not too big of a deal once they get older to get groomed. It's just basically breaking in a puppy. But to do this on a dog that is full grown and at its later stages in life, you can teach old dogs new tricks.
Well, and we talked to
With
Jesse
love.
about that. That was an entertaining thing. If you are new to the show and you're only catching the early episodes or the new episodes, I definitely suggest go back to the beginning. I mean, obviously we were just getting started. We didn't know how to do a lot of different things. You won't get an intro and outro. You won't have audio put into it for different things. But
yeah, we're still real new at doing this.
you know what? I was telling Sarah today. I says, in a year from now, we're gonna look back and go, "Oh my gosh, we could have done all this whole time. I wouldn't listen to the early stuff."
But yeah, definitely take a look at what she said. Or
Jesse
listen.
Queen's episode was amazing. Definitely go back to that one. If you haven't heard it, she's awesome. Actually, I'm going to close for this one, but I have to mention it because I didn't mention it already. Last Friday, the Rolla Police Department, we were featured on their YouTube channel, which was an absolute honor for us. If you look back to episode 16, we interviewed Officer Steve Gray and his canine partner Rocco. Now, of course, when I say we interviewed both of them, I don't mean we were able to talk to Rocco, obviously. But Rolla PD, what they had done is they had asked us before we did the episode, would it be okay if they actually videotaped the entire thing? Okay, sure, why not? So we actually were videotaped, and they put together a really good video. Shows a little bit more in depth of Rocco, shows a part of us when we're doing the interview with them. There's a part in the video where it shows the demo, which we were so fortunate to be a part of. We were able to watch Rocco in full demonstration. You talk about the most amazing dog, but I can't say it's dog and officer. You don't know where one begins and the other one ends. The two of them are amazing together, and not taking anything away from Officer Campbell and Chaos,
Yeah.
but because they're the same way. These two officers, we were only able to talk to Officer Gray, but just amazing video. You can find that video on our website. I posted on our website, main page, lower portion, underneath the photo of Officer Gray and Rocco. Or if you're actually local here in town, go to Rolla Police Department's Facebook page, and you'll see it under, every Friday they come up with Rolla Police TV. Great episode. Big thank you to Detective Nakanishi. He's the one who puts all this stuff together for the Rolla Police Department. He's an amazing asset in so many areas, folks.
And what's nice is that the Rolla PD has acknowledged us and gave us our 15 minutes of fame, I guess you can call it.
Yeah, well, they appreciated our support. Yeah, their support.
Their support.
You know, we support them, and they support us. I mean, we don't support people to be supported back, but it is nice.
And then Peak Hall, they support us. It's pretty awesome to see our community helping support us.
Yes, it is amazing.
I believe positive reaction, you're going to get more positive reaction. If you're going to be negative about anything, you're not going to get anything but negativity back.
Well, yeah, you're going to bring in the dark. You're only going to get the dark. And, you know, I guess that's kind of the message of the day. You know, try to find light in your day. But it was an amazing accomplishment to be able to meet with them, to be able to do that episode, but then to be featured on their show. I couldn't thank these guys more. I did not expect them to do it. I didn't know when they were gonna, how they were gonna work it, and I really did. It was one of those things. But very proud of that moment. It's nice to know the police department actually respects what you're doing. They're there seeing every day bad people. So it's nice to know that we brought something showing that there are people out there who are good, trying to teach their children the right and wrongs, trying to spread positive out in the world. So I really appreciate that. Thank you to everybody last week that I talked to. Facebook messaging lights up on a daily basis, it seems like. I do appreciate everybody who sends messages, interacts with the show. It is amazing. Continue to build off of this. I continue to build supporters, viewers. As much as this show can grow, we're still here to talk to you at all times. So thank you guys. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think we're okay. Craig's out on his birthday weekend.
That is true. He's off this week. Even though he doesn't listen to the show, happy birthday, Craig. We're doing just fine. Even though it is
number one's not there anymore.
Number one's not there this week. There is a little lack, but we'll get you back next week, and we'll have a whole week's worth of torment to give him.
Oh yeah!
I already started the parade. All right, everybody. Well, until the next episode, I'm Chris Green. Have a pup-tastic week.
And I'm Sarah Green. Make sure everybody realizes life is short. Play with your pet.
Goodbye, everybody.
Okay, gotta go. It's my bedtime.